everybody, thanks for stopping by my channel, Esteemed Queen and Mentality. Be sure that you like, share, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell so that way you get to know when I post all of my tea talks. Happy holidays, everybody. Really quick, I will say this if I don't put it down below. I am going to be having a new schedule come 2022, so that way we are like on a regular scheduled program. I got a couple of different things in the works, so I'm super excited, and I just want to be sure that I am staying consistent for you guys. Thank you all for the emails of checking on me. I'm fine, I'm well, I'm here. I'm in the treehouse, you know, near the fire, keep my hands warm. But nonetheless, you know, holidays are the busiest time for me. You know, support black-owned businesses. All of my information is down below. I just want to come with a little tea talk. Nothing too, well, all my stuff is heavy because it's real, you know. But I just want to come with the tea talk. Thank you for all the late birthday wishes. I definitely do appreciate them, all of them. I'm grabbing all of them. Thank you. And I'm wishing you just as many this holiday season. Now, I got allergies, so don't mind me. Y'all already know this. We family. Hello to the new subscribers. Alright? Get your water, get your wine, get whatever it is that you're sipping on. Get it and bring it close. If I pause every now and then in this video, it's because I'm listening for the mailman. It is 5:11 and I haven't seen them nowhere in sight, not even in the neighborhood. And I've been in the neighborhood since 12:30. Yeah, I decided while everyone is asleep after all that overnight Black Friday stuff, while everyone's asleep and people are restocking their stores, the best time for you to go in and slide out is first thing in the morning. So I made sure I was up street around the corner, not that far from the house. Alright, so last night they came about almost 6-ish. I was like, what the? So, you know, it is what it is. You know, if you don't want to hear the small talk that we do, you can always fast forward. But no one has a problem here with that. Thank you, Lord. So, like I said, go ahead and get your beverage of choice. Alright. One new beverage of choice that I tried recently was Trader Joe's oat milk eggnog. Oh my God. Y'all put that in y'all coffee with a hint of Stella Bistro Foods Autumn Flair, and it is to die for. If you really want to be experimental, take that eggnog and pair it with Stella Bistro Foods Festive Chai Cocos. All that information is down below. But I'm trying to tell you something. Now, if you got some hemp milk up in there, all the information will be down below. Okay. So anyhow, I have a tea talk for y'all. I have a tea talk for y'all, and it's very interesting because at first I did not know what type of, you know, lesson plan this was going to come with. But right before I turned on the camera and set up production, that's when it hit me what story to tell with this tea talk. So, without further ado, y'all about to get a story time. Just a little quick one. Just a little quick one. I gotta go check on my pet child because, see, he's been outside all day. I didn't see him that near one time. But anyhow, so I'm pretty sure you looked at the thumbnail and was like, the W. Yeah, the W. We need to talk about the W. Now, the W is different for everybody. See me rolling up my sleeves, so you know I'm about to get a little semi-serious. The W is different. You know, you either in one group or you in another. And sometimes we graduate from one to being in the other. And that's how it's supposed to be. That's how it's initially set up for us. So that way you can see along the way where you are exactly in your journey and in your focus. Okay. So we need to talk about the W. Okay. So this is the thing. So I first moved down here to North Carolina back in 2015. Right there at holiday break of college at that time, I said, you know, if I don't do this now, I'm not ever going to do it. Like, you ever have that feeling that you know if you don't act, you're never going to do what it takes to be in action, to be in momentum of what you're trying to accomplish and start? Well, that's where I was at that age of time towards the end of my 20s. It was just like while everyone's coming out of college and child, I hauled off and saw one of the popular folks from high school, one of the athletes up in the store, 7-Eleven, and he was already buying the 40. And mind you, you know, being popular and carrying that title, assuming you should always keep that position because people only saw consistency in you at that time because everybody else's focus was everywhere else. Now, in the words of one of my favorites, hard life, hard face. So I was just like, whoa, well, good thing you never looked in my direction, because I sure enough was looking in yours just like I was in high school, and I said, damn. But it's cool. It's cool. Sometimes people go through being you know, being winning and being winners to looking like they wounded and barely hanging on. But you should always be wounded than winning. Okay? Check me out. So I moved here in North Carolina in 2015, and at that time, if you're on my Instagram, if you go back, I remember that day I actually moved up out of the boarding room that I was in and decided to continue to wait tables and work a 16-hour day and just work on my business plan in the midst of my shifts, because I just felt with everybody know about them disbursement checks from school, if you save those up, you can really do something with your life. This way you can say your schooling paid for everything. Okay, it paid the car off, it paid off any debts from then, there, now, in between. Some of it is in an account growing interest, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, make use of what you have. Like, just make do and make use of it. So anyhow, I said, all right, bet. So literally in 3 weeks, there we go. Literally in 3 weeks, that 3-week time period, from the time that I thought of it to the time that it was still on my mind. You know, I'm a very busy person, so for things to stay on my mind and my frontal cortex all day, it's something serious. So, you know, I had my supernatural meeting, and I didn't hear any objections. I didn't have any objections. And so I slowly but surely still made strides and steps to move down here. The gag is that when I first moved down here, literally I moved in the day before Thanksgiving. So I've been down here for a good 6 years now, right? So I remember when I finally broke it to all my friends, rest in peace, Johnny, I told everybody, I was just like, you know, this is a decision that I decided to make. And the folks that knew of me, that were customers and co-workers, and even employees of mine back home, they knew, like, when I heard God say move, I will move. But outside of that, I'm standing still. You know, nothing's wrong with what I'm doing. I'm just going to stand here and I'm going to wait until it's time for me. So that time came and he let it be known. So I said, all right, bet. So I packed up everything that I had at that time. I had, you know, the bedroom essentials, the bathroom essentials, the closet essentials for this one small 1-bedroom walk-in closet, master bathroom suite I was living in. Even with my private entrance, it still felt as if like it took me thousands of years to pack it up. And then I'm like, well, is it going to feel like 2,000 years when I unpack it? You know, it's like all of a sudden now you get into this point where it's just like, now you're really doing this. Like, you're really doing what most people don't really have the balls to do until one drunken night they decide that's what they're going to do, and some sturdy ass friend keeps them to it. You know what I'm saying? But the gag is, I moved all the way down here, and my first, like, literally within my first 3 months, I was traveling the world. I was just like, the job that I had with the investors that I was working with, I was able to travel the world and be able to go on book tours for my memoir, for me to be able to build Stella, for me just to be able to live how I desired to. You know, it didn't come overnight, and it damn sure didn't come without a plan. You have to have a plan and know what you're going to do. But as far as where the supernatural takes it, that all depends on your effort, right? You can't not do anything and then expect everything. It don't work that way. So 2 years into me being here, you know, I decided to go back to school, and going back to school took a lot more money and a lot more effort than what I thought down here. So I had to get all of that collected and together. In the midst of me collecting my future together, my present was crumbling at that time. And so I got in contact with the pastor of a church that seemed to understand my situation and my story. Like, look, I came here for the passion of food, the pursuit of happiness, bitch. I was on the high pursuit for food. You know, I did all of my statistic research and everything. This is just where I'm at right now. And so the pastor met with me. And at that time, I felt very vulnerable, because it's one thing for you to be back in your home state and fall on hard times. But even if I was there, the people I had around me at that time wouldn't have been able to help me if I wanted them to. You know what I'm saying? They were just as broke as I was broken in that place that I needed help at that time. My first, you know, within that 2 years I was here. So being down here had a higher value than what it would be for me to say, well, thank God I'm still home. Well, no, like, you can be home and people still can't help save you, no matter how many times you save them. But you know, it's something about, like I said, that teabag situation, when you really have to like put it all out there and really use every piece of your brain to make sure you survive. So I talked to this pastor or whatever, you know, like literally I was to a point where I couldn't even afford, you know, at McDonald's where they had like that 2 cheeseburger deal with the fry. I'm trying to tell you something. So I end up telling him to get me that, so then that way I had a burger left for later on that day, because literally I was literally down to just flour, no butter, no oil, just water. And as much as you can make tortillas, you can't live and eat off of them. You need something else. So I was talking to the pastor and everything like that, and he was hearing me out. And in the midst of him hearing me out, he comes with his rebuttal or his recommendation of what it is that I should do. Now, mind you, I still have my contract with investors that I was working with in regards to real estate and other little projects that they had me working on. But the situation at hand is that, you know, I was not in a place where physically I could say I felt like I was home. Between certain family situations and me advocating for myself, that creates a real big issue when people have met their glass ceiling of growth. So I had to really think long and hard. And this pastor hauled off and told me, well, you know, you could put your stuff in storage. And at that point, I was just like, whoa, 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 whoa. I already know where this is going. I was used to this in my childhood. I'm not about to keep doing this. And he goes on and says, well, you know, you could put your stuff in storage. You know what I'm saying? We have a shelter that is ours. You have to be there by a certain time. And I'm like, hold on. In the back of my head, again, I'm like, yo, I went through this during part of my childhood. I'm not about to do this again. No. So then he goes on to say, and I could put you into some, you know, some contacts I have to see if they can get you a job, this, that, and the third. And I'm just like, whoa, 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 whoa. Now, I may be down on my luck, but I'm not done fighting. This is where it comes into play. Are you wounded to be winning? Or are you winning and then you're wounded? A lot of people can't take the complex of either front or back, vice versa, you name it. But I'm here to tell you that was my wake-up call. That was my wake-up call. I did not lose my apartment. I did not lose my car. This is where, again, being smart and courageous, or just being strong, comes into play. Because luckily, school called me at the time for financial aid, and I went to them to go ahead and finalize everything, because I was within, like, you know, a certain amount of time where I noticed, like, yo, I don't have that long left. Like, I can see through this. Like, I just got to figure out how to hold on. And so my financial advisor called me and said, hey, like, I just want to make sure, you know, you got your books and everything like that. But at the same time, I wanted to contact you because I don't know if you are aware of this finish line grant that colleges in North Carolina have. So pretty much when you are literally close to your last semester, or you have a certain amount of credits, it puts you within this whole sphere of this whole hemisphere of you're eligible for all these different type of, like, financial assistance, or better yet, just grants. You know, grants you don't have to pay back. So when she told me about the finish line grant, I was just like, okay, so what happens? She says, well, you know, you can get up to like a certain amount, you know, almost to the tens of thousands. You know, there's a certain amount. And what happens is, what we're able to do, the only thing that is different is the fact of we send the funds directly to wherever you need the money to go. Perfect. Perfect. Let's go ahead and hook this up. I done called who I needed to call at that time and get things together. And before I knew it, I was able to sleep stress-free again. But it was all because of how I looked at myself in that situation, because that situation was a mirror for me to see. Are you wounded to be winning? Or were you winning to be wounded? A lot of people are like, what does that mean? A lot of times you can be winning and you have family members, think of athletes, you know what I'm saying? Think of those people in Hollywood that get all those millions of dollars for movies, right? And after taxes and attorneys and management fees, here come the family. And the family doesn't care how much you got going on, what you put on the table for them to be able to live comfortably, more comfortable than where they were before you actually popped off. Now they're looking at it as like it is to be uniform, it is to be regimen, it is to be a routine for them to live within these elevated means. Meanwhile, people don't understand the mathematics in the huge business industry, and it's not the same as what they put off in the media. We all rent something, and for a lot of people in that demographic of professions, they don't have much either. This is why they always have hard faces when they take their makeup off. They damn near look like alligators when they take their damn makeup off. They look like crocodiles when they damn near take their makeup off. And it's because to carry all that, and you were supposed to be in the moment of enjoying your spotlight, and the moment of you relishing in your hard work. And even if it's you just putting money aside, giving them a one-time deal, Holyfield, but they keep coming back. You're winning in your personal life, but the people around you are wounding you. And sometimes it doesn't always have to be personal. It can be professional, because let's be straight up honest. I've been on my own since I started working with those projects, with those investors, because no one's going to be stilts for me but me. And I have no problem with that, because I know I'm not working alone, but I'm working diligently with God to make sure I'm able to stay steady along the way. And ever since then, literally, when I tell you the best way for you to be proud of paying them high ass interest student loans is for you to understand what your schooling and your education has done and paved the way for you. I'm winning. I'm winning. And if you're winning, you put down below #winning. So that way I know you watch this video till the end. Alright? You know what I'm saying? Like, cooking has put a roof over my head, has put shoes on my feet, has given me the ability to give my pet child the best life that I not ever fully had, that I deserved. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, when you choose to be a parent of any nature, you accept taking on that responsibility, no matter how stressful it is. And you know, I don't know about everybody else. They be real quick to be like, oh, well, I can have 2 more, 3 kids. No, I can't have 2 more, 3 pets. No, 1 is enough. Let me tell you, he damn near got me wanting to take shots of vinegar as it is. So no. No, no, no. I'm doing this once and once only. And guess what? The one time I do it, I make sure I break that generational curse, because again, I'm winning. So, own your winning moment. And don't let things around you, and don't let people putting in your mind that their version of starting over for you is the same that you need. Only you know what you need. And sometimes we do need that mirror. Like, you came all the way down here, we about to give up. Give up for what? We don't give up. Okay, we wore our Nikes in our sleep, bitch. We always ready to go. TTG. Okay? Train to go. But we not going to give up. Because see, for me to go and do all that when I'm so used to it, when I've always had it in my mind that that is a routine, when someone was unfit to nurture and take care of me, that's what I'm used to seeing. I'm not going to sit here in my grown adult life after I made an executive decision and assume that I made it on my own. God told me when to move, I moved. And when it was time for me to wake up and realize and see what was going on, he made sure he had coffee in front of my face. I'm trying to tell y'all something. Y'all better stop watching them girls shake their ass on Instagram and get you into the word. Because the word gonna save you more than the media is. Anyhow, that's my story time. I think I've talked too long. My throat get a little dry. Be sure that y'all like, share, and subscribe. Book club will resume second week of December. I'm finishing up the spiritual book by John Belvedere that we're reading, Breaking Intimidation. We still have The Boy and His Dog at the End of the World that we need to catch up on. And we're also having a new book introduced. So while one's going out, we're continuing another, we're cycling in a new book for the spiritual group, okay? So make sure that y'all hashtag down below winning. Let me know your thoughts about this video. And I hope during this holiday season, for everyone that is listening, for everyone that's dealing with any type of depression, let me tell you, you winning. Because even though it may seem like it's sad that no one's around, think about how hard somebody else will fight for your peace right now. Respect it. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.